Hello, RP1 Nation. This is RP1 Texas. Welcome to the hashtag RFRP Ride for Rally Point. I wanted to do a live video right now. That was my intention. However, as you might could tell, we are relatively remote, which means my phone signal is kind of crap. But that's okay. I wanted to be live. But no, it doesn't mean y'all don't get to see the video. So, we got our truck here. We got our banner going. There's our trooper. And Troy. Now what we found here is a trailhead for a walking trail, not a horse trail. But out here near Menard Creek, we went to the Menard Creek Iron Bridge, or better known as the place where the Menard Creek Iron Bridge used to be. It is not an iron bridge anymore. Last time I was there it was, and I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see it again. It was a beautiful bridge. It was a big steel or iron arching bridge with all the trusses across, and I thought it would make for some really good point of view. But go see our buddy. What you think there, mijo? Yeah. He's our boy. Big old trooper. Gotta love him. I want to walk down this trail a little bit, partly because we got the generator going. Troy's about to hook us up with some coffee and dinner. So I want to walk down the trail a little bit, get away from the generator noise, and tell you about today. I want to tell you about today. So, at this point in the ride, yesterday was rain all day. All day long, from about 10 in the morning until, the sun was down. We're talking 8, 9 o'clock, it finally stopped. And so we didn't ride yesterday. We stayed there at the Riding on Faith Cowboy Church in Livingston, Texas. And they were so hospitable. I loved it. It was awesome. And being able to be off the road, that was great. It's another reason I like this place. A little trailhead. I think y'all may be able to tell. Of course, now we're down the trail. But it's off the road. There's a lot of trees between us and the road. And yeah, there's a shot of Menard Creek right around Holly Grove. I believe that's the community, the name of the community around here. So we I have selfie sticks. I should have brought one of them. So yeah, I'm just walking down this trail at the moment. But anyway, so we left Livingston this morning really early. But I wanted to go further than this. I wanted to make up some mileage because of our down day yesterday. But I had Troy go up and recon the route. And I would have needed to go another 6 miles to find a good rest area. But I know this swimming hole. Huh. I've been here before. That's cool. I don't know what my horse is hollering about. So we left Livingston this morning. Headed down a few back roads and came into Holly Grove. It was a pretty uneventful ride. I did meet a couple of hunters, talked to them along the way, and one of them has a son who was in, well, he actually has 2 sons. He has one son that was in the Navy and another one that was in the Army. And his soldier son, it sounds like he has transitioning issues. He can't stay employed. He's having a tough time just living in and amongst the civilian world. Apparently had a deployment or two under his belt and gave him 8 years, and now he's having trouble getting his life together. So talking to that hunter, it not only reinforced my mission, it reinforced my mission and my motivation, but it also let him know that his son's not alone. And all that worrying that he's doing over his son is completely normal, because it happens to a lot of us. And I think that dad, he needed to hear that. And then later, there was a young lady, a resident along the trail. She came out because her dogs were barking, but then she went ahead and gave me directions, because one of the things about this rural area is that there's just not a lot of street signs. So at one point my battery died on my phone, and Troy had it in the truck, and the street signs were missing, and I had my directions written down, but I wasn't exactly sure I was in the right place. So she really helped out and reassured me that I was on the right route. That was only a few miles back. But now we did get chased. We got chased by a few dogs today. And a lot of these rural dog owners, they don't worry about their dogs getting locked up. Animal control in these areas isn't a big deal, and they don't necessarily worry about it. Most of these dogs are pretty good at not getting run over. What that means for me and Trooper is that these dogs get super excited. They get excited when they see the horse and they want to chase it. And sometimes they just want to chase it. They just want to smell. They just want to smell his footprint sometimes. But then other times they get pretty rowdy. And we're packing heat for sure, but I'm not out here to hurt anybody's animals. And so I keep a little pistol version of pepper spray. It's made by Mace the company. All right. And there on the end of it, you may be able to see a little bit of moisture, a little bit of residue. That's because we had to spray some dogs today. Actually twice. Now the first ones, they didn't actually get sprayed. What happened is I sprayed and it was windy, but that air got spicy, and when it did, those dogs went ahead and stopped. All of a sudden chasing this horse was not any fun anymore, so they went ahead and quit. But you know what, I want to change my background. This little creek is nice. So yeah, so they went ahead and stopped. That first, it was a pair of dogs, and they went ahead and stopped once the air got spicy. Then there was a big mastiff looking dog, but he went ahead and stopped. He went ahead and stopped on his own before we had to do anything about it. But just a mile or two back that way, I passed a house, and they had 3 dogs. They had one that was like a little Chihuahua, and then they had another one that was probably about a 20-pound, 25-pound dog. It was more like a terrier type, or maybe it was brown. So I'm not going to say it was a healer, but its head was kind of shaped like a healer. And that one was the instigator. And it wasn't the size of a healer. Anyway, at any rate, that little bugger was instigating, and there was a bigger dog that came up behind it, and once it had that reinforcement, it led the charge. And then it was chasing and it was nipping at Trooper's heels. And then the Chihuahua got to us. The Chihuahua just ran right under Trooper. Like, Trooper he high-stepped to miss the dog because he didn't want to step on the dog. But it was that close. I mean, it was under us. And at that point, yeah, I went ahead and pulled out a little pepper spray. And that little brown instigator, he got a face full of pepper spray. I keep expecting some dog owner to catch up with me and be very angry at me for sending their dog home smelling and burning. And I mean, I know they're gonna pet that dog, or that dog's gonna look miserable, and they're gonna try to fix the dog, and then they're gonna get pepper spray on themselves, and then it's gonna suck. And I do kind of feel bad for all that, but I don't feel bad for spraying that dog. I feel bad for the consequence of it. You know, I feel bad for the dog owner. They don't really know what happened. They just are going to find their dog and it's going to be covered in pepper spray. But it had to happen. I mean, I can't deal. I don't care how small your dog is. I can't deal with your dogs running out in the road and biting my horse. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just glad that I have non-lethal force to use against a dog. And it works. It works great. So if you're out there, dog owner, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the consequences. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. But man, it had to happen. I didn't really have a choice on that one. I don't really try to actually spray the dog. I just try to spray the air, but that was a little too intense. So once Trooper's like jumping and hopping trying to miss your dogs, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm sorry. But your dog's gonna be fine. Its eyes are burning, its nose is probably hurting, but your dog's gonna be fine. Just give it time, it'll wear off. Then we came up here, like I said, to this Menard Creek bridge. Used to be a big, pretty iron bridge, and now I guess they had to tear it down. I imagine it got old, but they had to tear it down and build this new one, and it's functional and it's nice. But man, that other one was pretty. I'm sure the locals miss it too. But either way, I do still want to do some walking back here. So when we got up here to the Menard Creek Bridge, we found a little trailhead. It's a human walking trail, and I'll show you why right now. It's made for humans because it has this little bridge, and there ain't no way that that's graded for a horse. I'm not even sure it's great for me, but feels pretty strong, so we're good. Yeah, this little swimming hole down here, it's been here forever. I came here with some friends, shoot, probably a decade and a half ago. Look at that little swimming hole. Thing is deep. They got them those ropes hanging up there. And on Facebook land, if you see a picture of me swinging off a rope and about to fall into a river, that's actually right here. Yeah. So cool to be back. It's a beautiful part of the state. I love it out here. We're gonna keep walking a little bit. Ooh, pig signs all over the place out here. Man, it's pretty out here. So serene, you know. Of course, during different parts of the year, it's chock full of, you know, young adults and teenagers and old adults and everywhere in between. But right now, it's super calm and it's pretty. I'm not saying the water's pretty. I'm saying the woods are pretty, and the fact that it has water in it is nice. I don't know what to tell you.
Caution, boardwalk may be slippery.
I wonder how many people had to crack their head or break a rib before they put that sign up. Actually, probably not that many, because state parks and national parks are really good about that stuff. One more time. One more time. I gotta go look at this thing today. I just like this, man. And when I talked to that young lady up the road, she said Menard Creek was pretty dried up. I think maybe she ain't looked at it since it rained yesterday, because it looks pretty good to me. It certainly can be higher, for sure, but I think it's all right. Of course, we'll see. We'll see after all because that water's flowing, and we'll see after all the runoff stops. That creek may recede back down like she was talking about. So yeah, we're out here in the Holly Grove community right near Menard Creek off of Holly Grove Road. And yeah, man, it's a nice little spot. We're gonna hang out and get our rest before we take off again. And man, I hope y'all stay tuned. We're having a great time. Not only are we on an awesome mission, we keep getting great feedback about the quality of our mission. The support has been overwhelming. I can't say enough. Aside from please give us more support. But it's been great so far. It really has. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz, and let's just get this thing going, man. Let's get this thing going. My family was driving through Marshall, Texas a couple days ago and ran across somebody that was a Vietnam vet, and he was taking pictures of the RP1 magnets they had on their car. He's like, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. Yes, awesomeness, go. Share it on Facebook some more. Tell everybody. You know, that's the only way this thing gets out. I'm screaming from the rooftops, but I need help too. Y'all, help me out. Give me a like. Give me a follow. RP1 Texas. All the social apps are handled at RP1 Texas. That little at symbol, shift to RP number 1 Texas. Go on there, please, y'all. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever that app you're using tells you to do. Just do it, and let's get this thing rolling. I wanna run into people all along this route that are like, "Hey, I saw you on the internet." You know, by the time we get to Austin, those legislators ain't even gonna be working, but they need to know we were there, and y'all are gonna be the reason that they know. Let me look in the lens. Y'all are going to be the reason that those legislators know that we showed up. All right? When we get to Austin. And I can't do it without y'all. Just like I can't do it without these support people. And I can't do it without that horse. And I can't do it without all the people that we're meeting along the way that are helping us out. I can't do it without y'all either. Let's give it a go. Get on board. Love y'all.